Hello again. Now, the family of Chief Albert Luthuli wants answers about what exactly caused his death. The apartheid activist and one-time ANC president and Nobel Peace Prize laureate was killed in 1967 after being struck by a goods train while out on a walk near his home in KwaDukuza. Now, but his family suspect foul play and now wants a case of assassination to be probed. Well, to tell us why and what's the progress being made, I'm joined now live from our Durban studios by one of Chief Albert Luthuli's granddaughters, Lungile Ngakane, to discuss this matter. Ms. Ngakane, thank you very much for your time. Good afternoon. Welcome to eNCA. I've seen reports recently that it looks like the NPA is looking into to determine whether or not there are grounds or prospects of reopening the inquest into the death of Chief Albert Luthuli. Are you satisfied that the right steps are being taken?
I think we are very, very satisfied. It has been a very long walk with the NPA, working alongside with the Hawks, and I think we are finally making a breakthrough when we saw that announcement on the News 24, I think it was, saying that in fact the minister has, they're proceeding with the investigations. So yes, it's been a very long walk and was very satisfied with the work that they are doing as the NPA indeed. Thank you.
Now, I'm just thinking, Ronald Lamoule, of course, the Minister of Justice, talking about it and what the NPA is likely to do. Just to remind our viewers, I mean, Chief Albert Luthuli died in 1967. Part of this investigation, from my understanding, might involve or would involve the reenactment of the crime scene, so to speak. I mean, such a long time has passed. Are you confident that it will lead to some conclusion and help you as a family find closure?
Well, we will only find closure once we really do know what actually happened. And that is going to be the responsibility of the NPA to reenact that scene alongside with the Hawks who are conducting the investigations. What we understand and have been told is that they will get experts who are experts at making sure that they can do the reenactments. In fact, that is what has caused part of the delay in the work that they've been doing. We've been waiting for that to happen, and it seems like now we are ready.
Yeah, to reenact that reported or alleged train accident of the time might require literally going back, even using a locomotive that could have been used that time or is similar to the one. So it's not just going to be an easy kind of straightforward reenactment. Is that your understanding as well as as the family?
Yes, as I said, there are people who are experts on doing that sort of thing. They can go back, and it is very involved. And that is why I said that we have been working on this, and that is what has caused the delay, because people who are experts must be appointed, and it is that is what they're going to be doing to make sure that that scene, the scene of the accident, is reenacted as closely, I presume, as they possibly can. But there are people who are experts who do that kind of work, and so we are confident that we will probably get as close as we possibly can under the circumstances, given that it is very many years ago since this happened.
What does a family suspect happened?
Well, what does the family suspect happened? That is really the whole purpose of the investigation. We want to find out what really happened. All we know is that my grandfather was killed by a train many, many years ago. What the circumstances were, we have never really understood exactly what. Because even from the inquest report, it's not really very clear. We have very vague statements. I have seen those statements, and they are very vague indeed. So we really don't know at this point in time. But I think until this investigation has been completed, we will probably have a better picture of what really happened.
Yeah, I've seen headlines saying in some of the other media saying that the family believes that Chief Albert Luthuli was assassinated. I mean, that's a very strong kind of headline and belief. Where would that be coming from if you're saying to me now, as a family, you're waiting for the investigation, then you can find out exactly what happened? Why would some media reports say family believes there was an assassination?
Well, look, my grandfather was was a president of the ANC at the time. He was an enemy of the state, as you would know. And there, because of the uncertainty, there's bound to be a lot of speculation as to the circumstances and what killed him. You do have, for instance, the death of the Kennedys. You have the death of Martin Luther King. All those people, one really has no certainty as to what exactly happened. So there's bound to be a lot of speculation. As time goes on, that speculation becomes stronger and stronger until there's perhaps a view that comes across. But I think as a family, those of us who are working with the NPA and the Hawks are finally going to hopefully put those rumors to rest. And more certainty is going to come into the picture. That is why we've been pushing for it, because we do need closure. We feel that we owe it to the family, his daughters, we owe it to the nation as well, and we owe it to the rest of the world who do want to know. He wasn't just a local person, but he was an international figure, and I'm sure they would also like to find out exactly what really happened, which led to his death.
Yeah, I mean, it was a Nobel Peace Prize win, I think our first year in South Africa, so there was a lot of global attention as well. Would family find closure irrespective of the outcome? I'm asking this on the basis of why you've been pushing, because you really deserve that, as you said, and the rest of South Africa, the liberation movement in its entirety, the anti-apartheid movement, some people might argue globally, and of course those who fought for peace, the peace-loving people in the world. Would the family accept whatever outcome comes, whether it shows whether or not it was a pure accident or not?
Well, as I said, once the investigation, we will look at the evidence that's provided. The NPA is going to make the necessary recommendations. We will look at it, we will weigh it, and then depending on how we feel, we will then have a family meeting and discuss it. And I can't at this point in time give you a definite answer on that. But we're hoping that, in fact, we will have a definite answer to this. But we are, as I say, we're merely relying on the Hawks of what they can do. They will then provide us with whatever they find, and we'll take it from there. But certainly, we're hoping that there'll be a good outcome out of it.
Okay. Now, finally, I'm sorry to be harping on this, Ms. Ngakane, just for clarity, because one sees other media with different headlines. Are you asking as a family, have you asked rather the NPA to probe a case of assassination, or have you asked the NPA to probe what actually happened? What killed eNCA Albert Luthuli, your grandfather?
Yes. We have asked the NPA to help us to find out what led to his death, what happened.
Thank you very much. That's Lungile Ngakane, the granddaughter, one of the granddaughters of the late ANC president and Nobel Peace Prize laureate, the first, of course, in South Africa, eNCA Albert Luthuli. He was killed after being struck by a train in 1967. Now, his family want this death to be probed, and they want to find out what actually happened. Was it a pure accident, or was he assassinated?